had to
I
restart.
first came across Big KRIT's music during an interesting time in hip-hop. It was the top of the 2010 decade, the blog era was thriving, new school MCs were emerging, and the rap game was adjusting to technology just like everyone else. To this day, KRIT Was Here is one of my favorite projects of the blog era. Another MC from the South who was also making his rounds, who you might have heard of, J. Cole. Whereas J. Cole was on paper a Southern MC, he adopted more East Coast sound aesthetics.
Pussy my passion, never been a fan of flashing, probably cause I never could. Said if I had it, never would.
But when I heard KRIT Was Here, I knew this was something like the second coming of UGK or even Outkast. You felt the Southern hospitality in Krizzle's music, and furthermore,
One of my buddies actually has a song with Big KRIT.
it was a one-man band at the time, writing, recording.
Few of my buddies. One of my guy I'm talking about, Laws. He's really dope. Y'all should check him out. Just produced some stuff for him.
And producing all his records. The music spoke for itself. Off the strength of his mixtape, he landed a deal with Def Jam, got on the cover of XXL in arguably the best freshman class year, and got dissed by the boogeyman himself, Kendrick Lamar, on Big Sean's Control. But
Dissed, debatable. I don't think anyone actually got dissed on that record.
Krizzle wasn't an overnight success. He was writing since '99 when he called himself Critical. He was putting in work as early as 2001. The earliest works I found of KRIT date back to 2005 with See Me On Top. He would hone his craft in what would...
Look at that cover, yo. John Deere shirt. Undoubtedly a Dickies style button up. Probably some Dickie pants. White undershirt. Gigantic white undershirt. Gigantic chain. Huge oversized Escalade in the background. That is a classic cover.
Would become his first breakthrough with KRIT Was Here, a mixtape that's brilliant and refreshing in its ability to fuse funk, jazz, and soul elements. One of my favorite cuts on the mixtape is Hometown Hero.
I'll admit, I never listened to that KRIT album.
Where Big KRIT spills his soul over heart-pounding keys.
Yeah, a superhero in the flesh. Even at my worst, I'm the best.
On Children of the World, Big KRIT once again shows his phenomenal producing ability, but even more, the message behind it is even more effective.
And they wonder why we bang, cause the police do the same. That's the only rival gang.
On Victorious, KRIT calls out those who have this narrow idea that Southern artists can't spit with the best of them.
Country in a motherfucker, but my lyrical content is crazy. I'm making my own beats, what the f? Put my voice up on the track until it come back. My man, don't f*** a hater. I was great, nominated since.
I'd love for KRIT to work with like Meg Thee Stallion. I think that would be such a good matchup.
People often wonder why Big KRIT isn't mentioned in the so-called Big Three. When we're talking pure music, KRIT checks off nearly everything on the list. Songs like Country Shit and Rotation shows Big KRIT was very capable of putting out songs that could reach mainstream success. But where things really got shaky was with his deal with Def Jam under former G-Unit executive Shaw Money XL.
Yeah, Def Jam was too focused on pushing Logic.
We do this right for the team, man.
And Justin fucking Bieber back there.
It's time, baby. Come on in.
They say Krizzle where the shit at.
That's right.
There's Johnny Shipes. I don't know, I could be wrong.
Look, the truth of the matter is, KRIT's catalog is better than J. Cole's in every sense. KRIT would continue putting out self-produced projects that really should have been albums, like 2011's Return of Forever. His debut and sophomore album were considered a success.
Yeah, dude, Return of Forever and what's the shit after Return of Forever? But the thing about Return of Forever, Return of Forever, and then It's Better This Way is pretty good. Forever is a Mighty Long Time. No, yeah, Forever in a Day. TDT. Yeah, TDT is crazy. Forever in a Day is insane. Return of Forever is really fucking good. But then Live from the Underground is really good. Cadillactica is really good. KRIT Is Here, I think I heard that. I don't think that's the... Unless that's like a re-release with a different cover. I don't really know. But, KRIT Was Here. I think that's the old one, yeah. And KRIT, yep. Yeah, like he's got an insane discography, bro.
both reaching #1 on the Billboard rap charts, but the reality
And he does this thing I really like when artists do is like he'll have like part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, you know, versions of the parts to the song, right? I like that kind of shit.
was his success was due to how dope his mixtapes were. It really had nothing to do with the so-called major labels. Big KRIT has mentioned on numerous occasions that his creativity was held back by consistent pressure from Def Jam to put out singles that would keep up with J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. Big KRIT would soon fall into a deep and dark depression, and he turned to alcohol to cope. In the interview with Sway in the Morning, KRIT spoke on the progress of his sobriety, saying, end quote, "It's just about slowing down. It's a battle. I tell people that. I still deal with that, and on occasion I slip. I'm working through it, but the lifestyle I'm actually in, it's everywhere and easily accessible, so I have to work very hard at it. It's like I had acquired all this stuff and I put myself in all these rooms with all these people, but I was so alone. Even calling people, me in the position where I didn't know if I could trust the information that I'm telling them. If I could be like, yo man, I think I'm having an anxiety attack. You don't know who to call because you're like, man, is this person going to tell somebody? Is this going to end up on a record? You start spiraling, and whatever advice you got, you start using it more and more and more. The paranoia is real." Before taking the stage at the 2016 BET Hip Hop Awards, Big KRIT announced that he was officially departing from Def Jam Recordings, then proceeded to give a powerful spoken word. Let's roll the clip.
Propaganda, news channels, that shit is all for show. Camera phone videos is like all we know. Diluting what the eyewitness might really say, because the whole world saw a murder yesterday. Now your account ain't what it used to be. According to them, your eyes can't adjust to the violence that you used to see.
Def Jam completely mishandled Big KRIT's career by putting extreme pressure to sell out. They essentially wanted Big KRIT to do what J. Cole did and have a workout type record.
Straight up, now tell me, do you really want to love me forever?
Leaving Def Jam in 2016 was the best decision KRIT could have made. He would start his own label, Imprint Multi-Alumni, releasing a double disc album in 2017 appropriately titled Forever is a Mighty Long Time. The first disc conceptually is based off the rapper Big KRIT, while the second side is thematically based off the man behind the artistry, Justin Scott. On this project, KRIT goes into detail on the darker parts of his life dealing with depression, something especially stigmatized in the black community. Take for instance Keep the Devil Off, where KRIT's spiritual chant cuts through the soulful backdrop.
Lord be my witness, gotta keep the devil off. Keep the devil off.
On The Price of Fame, Big KRIT wrestles with his soul's worth. You can tell that he's at a point in his life where he just wants inner peace.
God fed up with my soul, so ain't no blessings. Happiness can't be bought a soul, I learned my lesson.
Look, Big KRIT has released some of his best music since leaving Def Jam, linking up with Wiz Khalifa and Smoke DZA for Full Court, and multiple stellar projects that have low-key stood the test of time better than some of your favorite
I gotta
rappers.
check that out.
Look, the truth of the matter is, Big KRIT consistently puts out material that will make you think just as much as it'll make you move. He knows how to balance introspection and fun while staying true to his Mississippi roots. He might not get all the awards, he might not have the biggest smash singles, and he definitely won't embroil in no fake beefs for clout. But one thing I will assure you is, Big KRIT's music is forever. And that's a mighty long time. I go by the name of Nugs, and this is that dope shit. Hey, and if you rock with this video, don't forget to write TDS in the comments.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate all the love.